Metal Summoners. Sometimes a Tuesday is just where it needs to be with things you got to do. And there is nothing more important than what we get to do tonight leading up to a bash that we get to hang out at and be a part of in a couple of days. And so that's what we guys are going to talk about. As always, Metal Summoners, we appreciate you guys so much hanging out, rocking out, supporting live music, supporting bands, and supporting the show so Angel and I can keep doing this. So you're back to your Island of Misfit Toys with myself and Angel, and we're bringing back our brother, our family, and TMS alumni, Rich Davis. We've got Kingdom in Flames right now, man. Rich, first and foremost, welcome back to the show, and thank you so much for your courtesies of reaching out, man. We are so stoked just on our side, let alone the fact that in 3 days you get to be right up on stage for, KIF's, debut show.
Yeah. Wow, man, we can't wait. And so I had to have my skull. You had all them videos with the skull. This is my little skull. This is from a song I did on my solo project called 13, and he was in this.
Nice.
My little prop. I mean, what's a studio without a skull in there, right?
Absolutely, for sure. Start making him like your touring thing too. He can rock out on your amp.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we're so excited. We can't be any more ready than we are. We had our last practice last night.
Nice.
So that's why I'm a little hoarse. But we're so excited.
Absolutely.
So I had to reach out to you guys and invite, get you guys there so you can, we can entertain you now.
Oh no, absolutely, man. But no, Rich, the pleasure will be all ours, man. We're super duper stoked. Megan and I will be there. We're really, really hype. It's gonna be a great time, man. And how talk a little bit just about the formation of the show. So you're playing with formerly known as and Silvertongue at the Wrecker on Friday night. How did the coming together of like the show happen? With the Wrecker being the venue.
Well, Paul Manna from 24/7 Entertainment, he's been a buddy of mine since high school. And I told him that I had a new band coming out, and we're going to start doing some shows. And, we were talking about doing the Baltimore Soundstage as our first show. And he's like, no, he was like, gave me a hard time on the phone. He's like, you owe me this show, the first show. Let me do a record. I'll help you promote it and do everything I can do to make you guys comfortable and feel home there. So I'm like, you know what? I appreciate that, Paul. I mean, he really did bend over backwards for me, and he's really been really cool and helping. So, I live in closer to Towson. Anyway, I live up in Hunt Valley, Maryland. So, it's right around the corner. It's a cool place. The venue's, been all redone. The sound system's great. The light show's great. It's big, which, of course, brings the scary factor for your very first show. I certainly did kind of put my nuts on the line here, but I think we're gonna be okay. I think we're gonna have a good crowd.
Absolutely, man. I mean, that's
why picking this lineup was important. We wanted to have a really good, another original band, and we just thought of Silvertongue, and right off the bat, so I reached out to Speed and see if they could get their schedules to work. That's kind of where we kind of went around how it ended up being this date, just to make sure it worked with all three bands. And so it's going to be fun. We can't wait. So it's right around the corner now, but it was like, it's so weird how it just seemed like it was 3 months away, and it's like, oh my god, and it just flew by. It just flew by.
Absolutely, for sure, man. And actually at the Record was the last time that that you and I saw each other too. I'm trying to remember off the hand which show it was that we were at. I'm trying to remember if it was like
Black Flags, or what was the guy who was he was a singer for some punk band back in the day.
Yeah. It'll come. I'm sure it'll come to us at some point. But you and I were also talking off the air as well. Like that, one of the things I thought was super duper cool is, I mean, you've been, pushing it and promoting and making sure that every, opportunity you've had to let people know that this show is happening for Kingdom in Flames, that every I's been dotted, every T's been crossed, and you've been going through every avenue. And one of the things that, that show itself also like shows is that, you have that also kind of old school mentality that I always appreciate and that I think still has a lot of value nowadays, where you had said about like social media only getting you so far, but that foot to pavement, like just, that ability to just get out there and just be in person and be like, hey, I've got this coming up, or these people I know have this coming up, and we want you to know about it and be a part of it.
Well, I think that's the only, I mean, you have to really, and this being our first show, puts way more pressure on this. It's a big venue, so I have to fill it or the best I can. So, even if I don't want to go see a band play during the weekend, I have to go out because I have to talk to people. I got to hawk the tickets. It's kind of like an uncomfortable thing to do that. I'll go around. I took a little QR code and I taped it to my shirt couple times. And I mean, you feel like you're being a pest to people, but me personally, it doesn't bother me. And the rest of the guys are a little, don't like doing that too much, but because it's awkward. I do these stupid videos where I make myself look goofy and stuff like that. But if I can make people laugh and then they kind of follow what's going on, and it builds the followers up with the comedy stuff, and then you just hit them with a show, and we'll see if it works. I think
I think so.
I think it's gonna work. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, you definitely had your Murica going the other day for sure. With that video.
I had my hair plaited and everything. Oh, yeah, that was a mess.
Oh, but it was super duper awesome, man, for sure. And before I kick it over to Angel, what can you tell us at the moment, without, of course, giving too much away, because where's the fun in that, especially at a debut show? But what can we look forward to as like the skeleton of the Kingdom of Flame shows? Like, of course, you've got the record out. Is the plan to play the album in full, if that's something you want to disclose?
Yeah, we're gonna play the whole album. We're no covers. I mean, it's just going to be the album. So, the album's an hour long. So with little breaks, so we'll be probably playing about an hour and 10 minutes or something like that. But it's the whole album. And man, we're starting off with the first couple of songs are just so brutally hard to play. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's kind of weird because back when I was in Mystic Forest and the other bands, I never really had to sit backstage and warm up like I'm gonna have to Friday. It's gonna be really weird I'm gonna have to bring an amp back there and sit back there for like a half hour or 40 minutes. But no, from the very first note on, it's full blast. And you can't really, we don't practice. When we practice, we don't practice jumping around like we will on stage. So and I'm not a spring chicken here, so I haven't spun my head around in a while. So we'll see what happens. If I fall over, I fall over, right?
Right. Yeah, for sure, man. But I mean, it's all in rock and roll. It's all in metal, man. And you've also been doing like some cool little things lately on your socials where you've been putting up pictures of like your guitars and stuff like that. And so, the guitar that you play on Fridays is going to have a whole cool new story of its own behind it.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
Have you decided which guitar that's going to be?
No, I 100%. So I wrote the whole album, all the rhythms on actually this one. This is my Meshuggah M80M. So this is the H string. So I put the little spotter on there and everything. And there was no fret markers on it. And it's such, when you're playing it, and if you look down there, you can see where you are. But when you look down as you're playing like a normal playing, and you look down, you can't see anything. So I put these little glow in the dark tabs on there for the old man to see.
Nice. Oh, there we go. Rich, put that back up again. We wanted to make you the big picture for that with the tabs. Oh, there they are.
Glow in the dark tabs. Got my little skull, little spider. So this, I switch guitars like every other song, and then when I grab this will be the ones. This is my Jeff Loomis.
Oh yeah,
My Jeff Loomis 7-string.
I saw your post about Jeff liking your post about that guitar.
Yeah, and you know what? Kind of embarrassing. My buddy, who kind of like my social media helper, he's like, dude, you got to take that down right away. I'm like, why? Because that wasn't Jeff Loomis. It was some person with like 3 friends or whatever that used his.
Jeez, that's funny.
I mean, that really made me feel good too. I'm like, oh man, that was so cool of Jeff. No.
Nuts.
Nuts. That's kind of like one time I remember years ago that I got a friend request or someone. It was from Bruce Dickinson with his profile. I'm like, wow. No, it wasn't Bruce Dickinson.
Right. Oh man,
that would have been cool.
Yeah,
that would have been good.
No, it definitely would have been good one.
So these are the main 2 guitars. So if I break, so I've got the backup for each one. So I got to have a backup 8-string and that backup 7-string. So I'm probably going to use for the backup for the 8-string. I have the other Meshuggah signature 8-string, the one that looks like an Explorer. It's in the case.
Oh, but
it's so fucking heavy. I mean, I hope I don't break a string. See, this 8-string is a baritone 8-string, so it's got a 29 1/4 length neck, so it's really long, and the other one's a normal scale, and every guitar is so different to play. It's so weird from guitar to guitar. So I don't know.
Do you have like a preference in like the string guitars that you like to play? Like, it is like, 6 just kind of the standard, of course, for the average guitar, but like do you like playing music in those 7 and 8-string ranges?
Yeah, I don't have any. Well, I mean, I have 6-string guitars. They're all screwed to my wall, but God, I haven't played a 6-string guitar in 25 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, when I go from the 8-string to the 7-string, the 7-string even feels small. So when I grab a 6-string guitar, every once in a while when I go over to my, Steve Schaefer's house, the other guitar player, I pick up one of his guitars and they feel like I'm playing a little mandolin or something.
Like a junior.
Yeah. But no, yeah. So I stick with the 7 and 8s.
Nice, man. Absolutely, Rich, for sure. Angel, my man, let's kick it over to you. Let's take it away for a little bit.
Just want to say thank you for your time, brother.
Man,
look, I'm gonna start out with this. All right, Ozzy, not to talk about the last show, but just making a point of it. Ozzy played his last show in Black Sabbath, and they were able to have a 50-year career because people supported them, buying the records, buying the merchandise. So we have the end of a chapter and the beginning of one coming up on Friday, which is your band playing. So definitely encouraging people to look. It's Friday night, okay? You want to get laid? This is where you go.
That's right.
You don't want to get laid? Take it to a boring-ass restaurant someplace outside of town.
Yes.
But you take it to the rock show.
Oh, you're on.
Well, I'm going to say 99.99% chance.
There you go.
That way because I don't want somebody to send me, you promised me I would get laid if I bring my girlfriend and I didn't.
Well, you're putting the guarantee on that one, right? That's your guarantee, not mine. I'll guarantee you have a good time. You guarantee to get laid.
99.99%.
There you go. Wow.
That's the same with condoms too. So,
right.
So a very cool thing about the show is that you have the VIP package, which is $56. So if you could talk about the VIP package, which is super awesome.
Well, that gets you that early entry into the record. So the doors will open for 6:30 for them. The normal doors are 7 o'clock. So they get a shirt. We have shirts printed up for the show. They get an event poster. They get the lanyard, and they get access to the after party. So after the show, I don't know if you've been to the record. I mean, you remember the record.
Yeah.
The hall, and then there's outside the patio side, which is covered. So there'll be a door guy there. You have to have the lanyard to get outside, and I'll have that catered with food. And then all the band's going to go outside, and all the other bands that we invited, especially invited to the show, will be out there hanging out. So, it'll be like, Kirk McEwen from 98 Rock will be there. Mickey Coachella, Matt Davis will be there. You guys will be there.
Nice.
And all the guys from Doc Martin, the guys from Tripwire. So it'll be fun for fans to come out there and hang out and actually get to talk to us rather than us just, hopping, getting the gear and just leaving. So
That's super cool. I haven't seen Matt in a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be there.
But you know what? At the end of the day, $56 is a good bargain because you get a ticket. That includes a ticket to the show, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, ticket for the show, a T-shirt, exclusive after party,
And a poster.
a poster, VIP laminate for $56 and
Yep.
30 cents. What more could you ask for?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. See, instead of taking that 99.9%, out to some boring restaurant, you can VIP wine and dine your 99.9% at the after party.
Hey, did you get your little chicken wing outside?
There you go.
Carrot stick.
And if for some reason it's not this Friday that you get paid, but the following, you can get the tickets for $19 and a penny.
There you go.
Yes.
It's still a good deal. It's a kick-ass show.
It's going to be a kick-ass show. There's no doubt about it. It's going to be fun. I mean, I can't wait to see. I see FKNA all the time, but Silver Tongue, I'm really excited to see them. So it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, man. It's
I
gonna be.
laugh because we see Silver Tongue a couple of times, and they're just badass on stage. I mean, they're very unpredictable, and I mean that in a fun way.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of energy from what I'm saying. So that's good.
I'm just glad that rock music now, people are actually entertaining. They're not standing on stage like grunge,
Yeah.
just standing still doing nothing.
Gazers? Is that what they call them when you just sit there and stare at your show?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
sad.
Statues.
We're grunge. We're sad.
So yeah, we'll be playing the whole album. It's going to be a blast.
I'm living my teenage years. Sorry.
No worries, man. Rich, when it comes to what you're doing right now with Kingdom in Flames, obviously leading to this show, but also onwards and upwards as well, was there anything in particular different about this band situation as opposed to like back in the day with Mystics? I mean, of course, you've got the social media is now so prevalent when it comes to a band's success, but was there anything about like the music scene and crafting and starting a band now that drastically differs from back in the day?
God, well, I mean, we're talking, I grew up in the playing out in the 80s and 90s. So couldn't be any more different.
Right on you.
I mean, back then it was like so many clubs, every one of the clubs was always packed all week, every weekend night. So the music scene is like, at least around here, is like almost non-existent. But it just got to the point where I was ready to start. I just got the itch to start putting something together of a bunch of guys that are local that I can actually go and perform live, because I hadn't done it in such a long time. And, after Mystic Force and then Shift broke up, I did my solo thing just to keep me playing and keep me relevant-ish. And then it just got time where it was time to put together a team of guys that were local to see what we could do, see what kind of ripple we could make in the local scene. I mean, the town needed it. I mean, when I go out, I see some great cover bands, but there's not really, other than seeing a cool tour come up and down from whatever they're touring, and you get to see that, that's great. But there wasn't really any kind of local bands that were doing anything original that I know of, at least. So I thought it was time, and we'll see. So like you say, this is just our first show. And we do have another show booked. I think it's November 7th at the Auto Bar. But I kind of wanted to get this show out of the way first, because I want to use this show as like the calling card to the clubs, and with Paul Manna's help, we can be like, look, this is what we did on our very first show. Hopefully a good crowd. We're videotaping it. So we'll have a lot of cool videos, and hopefully that will be our ticket into the other clubs. After this. So I'm putting all my eggs in this basket for this show.
Right on, man. No, and it's going to be great, Rich. I feel it. I believe it, man. I mean, you put in such maximum effort. Actually, and right on cue. What's up, Speed? He's popping in and throwing in some comments. So it's great to see you again, brother. Joe, our boy Brian. Thank you guys all so much. Lisa, I see your comment as well. So thank you guys all so much for getting involved, for sure.
Yeah.
And with the calling card design of Friday's show, and then the November show that you were talking about, are those the two? Obviously, this is the main one, the big debut. Is your plans for 2025 to be these two shows to kind of get Kingdom out there, to show what you guys can do in two different club kind of settings? Or are you open to more dates later this year if you're not already planning dates for later this year?
Yeah, we're definitely open up. We're kind of just focusing right now on this one show.
Yeah.
And then as soon as this show is done, I'm going to start, filling every open space we can for shows. Yeah. So, and the show at the Auto Bar, we're going to be playing with A Freudian Slip. That's Billy Fisher's original band. So we're going to be opening up for them at that show. So that we're really just mainly just focused on, this is our main show.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's just going to be go time. I'm going to get either, Paul Manna to help manage us, or get somebody to just take over the reins and just book us. And just got it, we got it, Doc Martin, the guys, Steve's and Doc Martin, and Bruce is the singer for Tripwire. So we've kind of got to dance between those super filled schedules as it is, but we can do it.
Absolutely. No, 100%. And Angel, go ahead and pick it up right after Rich's answer on this one, man, and go ahead and take it away. Rich, you had mentioned the guys, being local and, your location in accordance with like Towson and stuff like that. Did you believe that I got a better way to word this. Did you find it valuable to have your band relatively local as far as the players, to just kind of be able to allow for maximum chemistry, practice time, things like that, as opposed to having a person in Pennsylvania, a person in Virginia, and two Maryland guys, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, this was totally set up by design to have everybody close. It's so hard. I remember when we were in Mystic Forest, the second singer, he lived in Florida. So we actually never practiced. He just showed up and we played. It's so important to be able to get together, and these band practices we're having, we practice once a week, and it's awesome. It's so much fun. We laugh and giggle, we drink, we get silly. And, it's so much fun to actually get into a room with 5 talented guys and just play this music. And I can't understand how I could not do that for that many years. And I missed out on this band practices. It's really fun. Nice. And then having someone out of state, it's so tough for them to drive that long. My drummer lives in Frederick, so that's pretty far as it is. That's like a 45-minute hour drive for him. So
yeah, but I feel like having that, I feel like consistent practices with all the members, it's also got to be so great for your guys, just communication.
Oh yeah. It's awesome. Yeah. You got to have it. And I've done without it. I've been able to succeed in bands and not have it. But you're right. It's hard. It's like because I'm usually the communicator between the bands, so I'll end up talking to everybody. But like this guy ended up talking to that guy for a long time. But now we're all in the same room. Everybody's laughing and giggling. Everybody gets along. Everybody likes each other. We're all fun, good people. So I mean, I couldn't have asked for a cooler bunch of guys. And then the talent is just the topper.
Yeah, man.
So.
Hell
And,
yeah.
and everybody adds something to this band. So there's not one person that just, isn't a huge part of either the music or something. They're just a key part of the band. So it's cool.
Absolutely, brother, for sure. Right up to you, Angel.
All right, we start a question from Brian. Define your individual sound and your influences in 60 seconds.
I kind of like the neoclassical-ish, for like the shredding type stuff, kind of like Kristen Pelletieri-ish style or Jeff Loomis. I'm not nearly on the level of them, but that's the style of the guitar playing that I like to play at. And then with the H string, I like to write really kind of like doom, kind of, every riff that we write has got a little bit of hook in there somewhere. So I like to throw in a hook, an upstroke, double upstroke in there to mix things up. My favorite guitar player is probably Jeff Loomis. So there you go. Did I answer that right? Was that less than 30 seconds? Did I ramble?
Oh yeah, no, that was right on cue, I believe. Band that misses band practice should be forced to wear an ankle monitor and shot collar.
Yeah, that's probably right. Right. Well, the way the ankle monitor. No, we don't need that.
No.
We're safe. We're good people.
So when it comes, I mean, you don't have to give away the song, but when it comes to deciding the opening song for the show, what factors went into deciding which song would be it?
Oh, I don't think it took too much thinking about it. I mean, we knew the opening song. We knew the opening song right away. Whether we liked the idea of having to play it first, but we knew the song decided itself what was going to be the opening song. So it's a motherfucker to play, and it's like 7.5 minutes long. So let's hold your breath, and here we go. So you'll see. Well, you won't see, Angel, but Jay, you'll see.
Well, like I said, no promises. I'm definitely going to try to make it because I'm up in Jersey. So it's only like about a 2.5 hour drive.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. You can do it.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. What else you got? Anybody else got any questions?
Of course, Speed is on. Hey, what's up?
Speed, what is up, Speed? Dude, the video is awesome.
I love that video.
Good.
I was like singing that song. I mean, I don't even know there was caustic or whatever. Fucking awesome. And the video is so professionally done.
So good.
So good. So I think these people are going to be in for a treat, seeing these guys and us and FKNA. It's going to be a blast. And we got to do more of these shows. Like this time, Speed's helping us out and joining us on our show, but we want to go, and return the favor with those guys, Silver Tongue, and do some shows opening up for them in front of their people. I think both our bands are going to fit, crowd wise, music wise. We're very similar.
Yeah.
So
definitely are for sure.
It's gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to, hopefully our people, we're gonna hear them again if they haven't seen them, and be like now new fans for them, and then we'll play in front of their fans, and we'll grab some of their fans, and that's how bands like us should stick together.
Yeah.
And just help each other, and it help. We both grow. Speed is an absolute advertising maniac.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm nothing compared to that. And his ads he puts out are so good and clever, and so it's going to be good. Have you ever considered intro music for the band? So we are going to have some music intro to the show. Already thought of it.
Oh, right on.
So it's cool. The Wrecker has a video screen there. So we planned out, we have a video for every song that's going to be playing.
Nice.
So that was kind of fun to do that. I think I did like 3 of the songs, and Donnie Rush, the bass player, did the rest of them. So it's kind of a real pain in the ass to do it. He did such a great job, though. So that's going to be fun. So while you're watching this, if we're boring, just watch the video screen.
There's no way you guys can possibly be boring, Rich. Not with you steering the ship, bro.
All right. Well, I appreciate that.
No, absolutely, for sure. When it comes to like the idea of like, having those singles and videos and that, that visual effect, behind, what was it about, what was it about keeping the eyes kind of moving when it came to the fans?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, like, as a, you've always want to draw attention to the bands,
Right.
between, look, sound, style, like presence,
Right.
But also having the benefits of, something behind you guys that's not just a logo.
Yeah.
What was kind of your thought process on that? Because like I've seen, the music videos play behind a band as they play that song, or other kind of visual things. I'll use Rob Zombie for an example. Because
you know what I was going to use. You can't use that. That was my example. That's kind of what I loved about it. I saw Rob Zombie at Ocean City, and I just
you went to Boardwalk Rock?
Yeah,
nice.
Really cool. Yeah, but that some people could say you don't want to take too much. You don't want to put too much of flashy shit back going on to take the visual off the band. But why not?
Yeah.
I mean, give them some place to look. If they're bored watching us, watch them. If you don't want to watch that, watch us. But we have the Black Widow video we did, so that might play during that song. But the rest, we had to come up with something to go for all the other songs.
Yeah.
So we just kind of took what we thought. Some of it's a little hokey and kind of funny, Rob Zombie-ish.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of it, we took kind of the actual theme of what the songs are kind of about, and have that kind of going in the background to kind of, if you don't know what the song's about, like a kind of a theme of the song, you can watch the video and you'll get an idea.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Black Widow live. I mean, the record is so good, Rich. And again, thank you so much for sending it to me as well. But I mean, I love the Black Widow song. It's just so good. It's still my favorite song on the record, but I also think for like my style, I mean, you've seen me out in the wild, and like the Metal Summoners have seen me out in the wild. Like I clearly have a darker horror, like gothic aesthetic. So like it was also something along with because also I had that music video, for me to enjoy, because that's the one that you would release. That was very easy for me to connect with that song for sure. But also, again, it's just a killer tune, man, for sure.
Cool. Thank you.
And at the same time with that, what are your current plans, if any, that you can talk about upcoming music videos?
We don't have any plans for anything yet. We haven't thought about that yet. I mean, it's kind of like a necessity to have a video, but they're expensive, and what you actually get out of having it, So, we have the one. Maybe that's going to be fine for now. We're shooting the live video for the show, so we'll have all those videos to be posting.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I mean, you never know. We might do another video for one of the songs.
Yeah,
we have talked about it. The problem is, all our songs on the album are, Black Widow is the shortest song on the album. It's 3.5 minutes long, or 4 minutes long, or whatever. All the other songs are like 6-7 minutes long. That's an expensive video.
That is, yeah.
And how do you keep an entertainment value for that long on a video? It's like
It is crazy because like I've seen music videos for other artists in different genres where they really commit to these mini movies when it comes to like a 3-minute song, and the music video is like 7 minutes long with that. But you do a mini movie for one of your, I guess for lack of a better term, normal songs for Kingdom in Flames, and that's like an 11-minute music video.
Yeah, no kidding. For sure. For sure.
But Jay, here's something interesting though.
Yes, sir.
I always think that people's attention span is only 3 minutes, but then you look at a band like Dream Theater, who have 7, 8, 10-minute songs, and people still come out to see them still.
Oh yeah.
I think if I'm putting also a little bit of a thought process to something like that, I think because it is music, that has a lot to do with it. You know, like you can I feel like you can lose interest in watching something, but it's a completely different part of the brain, a different type of kind of animal. I really feel like when you're listening to something
as you're watching it too. Yeah, the music behind it. Yeah.
Yeah. Because even if for whatever reason, just like you said, Rich, you know, even if for whatever reason there's somebody at the gig that maybe is like, you know, having like an ooh squirrel moment when it comes to watching the band on stage, the music is still going to be playing. They're still going to be able to like hear it and understand and kind of have it filtering through their brain. So that's kind of the way that I've always kind of felt about those things. Like you can lose interest in a TV show or maybe get a little bored with a movie, but there's something about like listening to music, I think, because music is so versatile that because you can do other things while listening to music. You know, you can't do other things while you're trying to watch a movie. Like you need your eyes for them.
Right. You're right.
You know? And I think that has a lot to do with it.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
For sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Angel, go ahead and stay with it for a little bit, my friend. At the same time, though, fans and, you know, Metal Summoners and, you know, Rich's fans, Kingdom of Flame fans, it is going to be last call for alcohol. It's going to be a slightly shorter episode tonight. We wanted to keep tonight's episode very much focused on Rich and Kingdom and Flames' you know, gig this Friday. So we definitely want to make sure that things aren't getting stale. So we're going to design the episode specifically around that. Because Rich knows that he's always welcome back anytime. But we're going to keep this very focused on the show on Friday. So it is going to be last call for alcohol fans. But just like a normal episode, do not be afraid to ask Rich questions or anything that you want to put in the comments. We will absolutely get to them. Go ahead, Angel.
On a personal level, what would fans be surprised to know about you?
Jesus, on a personal level. I'm a I'm a motocross and supercross fan.
Nice.
I love watching that every weekend. I used to ride a dirt bike my whole life until I messed my back up so bad I can't even get on one without hurting myself. So yeah, I love dirt bikes. I love racing dirt bikes. I love playing golf. I don't play enough, but I love doing it. I love going out and watching, being entertained by bands. That's just what I love to do. I mean, every weekend we go out and go see somebody, and I'm always, you know, up front cheering the bands on. And I'm not the kind of person who will sit in the back with my arms crossed and judge. I'm always up front and, you know, cheering them on and clapping. So what's going to be fun is this time the guys from the bands that I do go out and see, they're all going to be, you know, at this show. You know, it's my turn to entertain them, so it's going to be fun. Personal, other than that, you know, my whole life is just, you know, that my hobby with the music. It's just so that is my whole personal. Other than having my wife and my kids. It's just the dedication to the music is pretty much my hobby, and it takes over my whole life, actually, or what's left of it. But the time I have free time to do anything is dedicated to music. So, and one band.
One band.
One band. I don't have the pay. I don't have the time to separate what the time I have for doing another 2 bands at once.
What about doing a video for a longer song, but a teaser promo where you have to download the song to hear the full version?
What about doing a video for a longer song? That's not a bad idea.
That's a good one, Brian.
Yeah, it is a good one. I mean, the problem is to you know, I mean, that's actually a pretty good idea. I mean, of course, you think about, does the finances work out on that? You shoot a teaser video for this much, or so you can download a song. You know how much money I make when you download my song? 0.002 cents or something like that. But I guess it's the idea of just getting the, sharing and spreading the music out. It's all, just, it's, you can never do this just to make money. I mean, I've given, it's just to create the music and hope people like it is what all I'm looking for.
And
No, definitely. Have you, and again, this would obviously be a major task as well, where you're talking about even just, one band and focusing on one band, but have you ever thought about getting into any kind of like band management or anything like that, considering just your various experience in music yourself?
No, I'm not. I would have no experience in that kind of thing.
Sorry, I didn't mean so much like experience in managing bands, but just like, with everything you've done in music, is something like that like ever kind of crossed your mind as something that might be something of interest to
I wouldn't have thought that I would be I wouldn't know what I would have to offer anybody. I mean, maybe because I can't look back and see what I've done myself. I'm always looking forward to stuff. So maybe if someone would think that I could help them, I would absolutely help anybody for, at any time.
Yeah.
Guide them from my failures, learning from my mistakes and where not to spend money and what to do that works. I mean, something like that I could do to help,
Yeah.
Couldn't make a job out of it though, I doubt, but.
Gotcha. Nah, no problem, my friend, for sure. Angel, right back to you, my friend, as we spin it around the table one more time.
Just want to say about Friday, the best thing to do is bring your friends.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You can always borrow money from someone till the following week.
Bring a bunch of friends.
Bring a bunch of friends. Absolutely.
Let's tear this place apart.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to ask these 2 questions.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, what's up, Chuck?
They need to put Iron Maiden.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, my God, yes.
Why haven't they?
Have you ever met an honest manager?
We've had a so-called manager with the Mystic Force days, but he really didn't do much. We've always kind of been self-managing forever. So that I would say, yes, I'm honest manager because we've managed ourselves. So we didn't screw ourselves. The clubs would always try to screw you, but yeah. So no, I've not ever met a dishonest manager or honest one.
No, for sure. I definitely get you on that. Rich, yeah. What's your favorite thing to drink? Do you have like a preferred like spirit or just something that you like to drink? Do you have a fave?
I'm a Corona Light guy. And
gotcha.
Then at band practice, we'll drink like a glass of bourbon.
Nice.
Oh, nice. A couple glasses of that gets us through band practice. Yeah.
Right on, man.
Yeah,
absolutely. Man. For sure. Yeah. Angel, anything final from yourself, man? It looked like that was the end of the board, but anything final from yourself, sir?
If this show sells out, I will run around the parking lot shirtless.
I will too.
I will 3.
I will too.
So, if you want to see 3 handsome dudes shirtless, you know what to do. Sell out the show.
Bring a couple friends. Because we'll need it, because I think they hold like 700 people at that place, and I don't think that's going to happen.
He would join us.
Well,
Absolutely, for
we
sure.
hope. We hope.
But of course, Rich, as a final for this this evening, please again remind everybody about the show, where it's at, and where also Kingdom in Flames can be found.
So the show is Friday night. This Friday night, the doors open at 7, unless you have a VIP, and you get there at 6:30. The first band, FKNA, goes on at 8, and then I think Silver Tongue goes on at like, God, I don't even know, 9:30 or something like that, and we go on at like 10:30. It's at the Wrecker. The Wrecker is in Towson, so just Google the Wrecker and just put it on your GPS, and it'll take you right to there. There's a nice parking garage right behind there. It's a beautiful place. You guys have a good time. So that's going on Friday, and you can follow me and the band on Facebook. It's kingdominflamesband.com is our website. You can go check out some of our merch that we have. We got a lot of cool shirts and stickers and posters and the CD. We will have a lot of cool merch for sale at the show, including something really special that we're having made, and it's actually being pressed tonight. So they're going to try to get it shipped to me by tomorrow at the latest, or at the earliest, I'm hoping. So we could have something really cool so when I say pressed, what would that be? So we'll have CDs, and hopefully it's just a really cool thing. We got coolers made. You saw those coolers, that giveaway for the coolers. Yeah. They look really neat. Posters, cool shirts. So it's going to be fun. We're looking forward to it. So come out, bring your friends, bring your girlfriend, or come out there
or mistress or wife. Bring them all.
Bring them all. So you're going to have a good show. I put together a great lineup of bands, so to entertain everybody for the whole night. So from start to finish, it's going to be a blast. Absolutely. So I hope to see everybody there, and Jay and Angel, I hope to see you guys there. We'll have fun, get you backstage, and
yes,
a little interview, maybe bring us on stage or something like that. That'd be
I got you.
Fucking awesome.
I'll kill that thing for sure. Angel, if you're able to make the trip, man, I'd love to see you, man, for sure. But Rich, myself and Megan will be there for sure.
Great.
No one has ever started the rock show by saying, "Let's get ready to rumble." No.
Well, and you're not going to get that from me. I got something way cooler planned for them.
Awesome.
You do, Jay.
That's great.
You just had to ruin it, but yeah, you're right.
It's all in good fun. For the record, with me and Megan being like big wrestling fans, we watch the movie Ready to Rumble all the time.
Really? That's great.
Yeah.
Good.
We definitely love that. But Rich, dude, we really appreciate you, man. I myself, of course, but as well, of course, on behalf of Angel, like really appreciate, you reaching out, and also, trusting our show as a platform for, any aid that we can give, of course, you and Kingdom of Flames' continued success. And really, really very honored that you reached out. We're like, hey, I'd love for you to come to the show and support it, but I'd also really like to come on your show to talk about this show because it's important to me. And that just speaks volumes to me and Angel, and we can't appreciate you more for that support.
Oh man, thank you. The Metal Summit, you guys are such a cool, show you guys do. And I knew that the combination with your show and your fans are going to enjoy this. So
absolutely,
perfect
for sure. And just as a final thing, because I was thinking about it earlier that I was going to ask you, and it just hit me now. Since you were talking, about Jeff Loomis and him being like your favorite guitar player, what do you think of these talks of Nevermore coming back?
I don't think they're just talks. I think they are. I think they're already.
Not so much like talks, but like meant more like the return, of Nevermore coming back. Because I feel like we touched based on this on your original episode. So we'll repeat it, or we're talking about it for the first time. But yeah, I'd always been familiar with Jeff Loomis, but I was a little young when it came to like Nevermore at like their peak. So
Right.
I actually got to know Jeff, and I actually got to meet him once too, and he was really, really great. From his tenure in Arch Enemy, because I love Arch Enemy.
Yeah, me too.
And I knew that he had taken, he's since taken his leave from that band.
Right.
For the Nevermore thing. But I think Jeff is absolutely great. But no, I think that would be super cool, and I'm excited, and I'm hoping that they definitely come through, because I never got to see Nevermore in any facet.
And who's the other guitar player they have with him? The guy from Buried Alive, or
Yeah, I think it was like Buried Alive or Beyond a Burning Body or something. No, that's like a different genre.
I thought it was a guy Buried Alive that has all the guitar, that does all the cool, really. I think that's who it is. I'm not sure, but I'm sure it's good. I'm sure he's, the band he's chosen, and I don't know who still is the original, from the band. I don't know if it's original drummer.
I pulled it up on quick. It's got currently Jeff Loomis and Van Williams, the original drummer.
Oh wow, good, very cool.
And,
Who's to say is the other guitar player then?
I'm trying. See, current band member. Oh, it's just a. Oh, there we go. Reunion. No official lineup has been. Bassist Jim Shepard.
I thought they had made
Okay. Wikipedia, you let me down. So it hurt me on that one. But anyway, yes, fans, get out there and support Rich's guy, Jeff Loomis, on everything that's going to be going on when Nevermore hits back out. But more importantly than that, let's circle it back around to, of course, the happy place, the dominant place of tonight's conversations. This Friday night at the Record Theater in Towson, Rich Davis and his band, Kingdom in Flames, live with Silver Tongue and formerly known as FKNA. There we go. Terrible with initials, but there you guys have it. 6:30 for the VIPs. There are still, as far as I'm aware, Rich, there are still VIPs available.
There are, yes.
Who wants to get in early for that? And then general admission at 7:00 and live music at 8. So Metal Summoners, Kingdom and Flame fans, just metal and music fans in general, get out there, support, come on out, have a great time. It's going to be a good time. A lot of friends, a lot of family, a lot of just good times. Rich, again, man, thank you so much. And just like last time, as always, Angel and I appreciate that you enjoyed your time, felt respected, and enjoyed your conversation as definitely a benefit to the band.
You guys are awesome. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Angel. Appreciate you guys.
Absolutely, man. Always a pleasure. Metal Summoners, thank you guys so much. Make sure that you guys are getting out to Towson on this Friday night, July 11th, at the Record to enjoy some live music, some kick-ass band for Kingdom in Flames' debut show. But also, thank you guys so much for just supporting live music in general. We understand that a lot of the fans of our shows, also a lot of fans of music in general, aren't local and wouldn't be able to make the trip out, but that's okay. Anything you can do to support the bands, sharing their posts, buying their merch online, all of that great stuff. It absolutely, completely goes a long way. So thank you guys, Metal Summoners, so much for everything that you do there. You can follow Angel Alamo 78 on Instagram. You can also find him on Facebook as well. You can follow me on Instagram at Salem.Vampire, but I can also be found under the Salem Vampire page on Facebook as well. And also our beloved Psycho Steve, who works behind the scenes, can be found at The Real Psycho Steve on Instagram, as well as PsychoStevePresents.com. And of course, Jeff, we were talking so much about Jeff Loomis. Rich Davis to let you guys know about where Kingdom in Flames can be found, and make sure that you guys are getting out for a great time and supporting the album that is out right now with Black Widow and all of his longer songs besides Black Widow, but everything that's out on the current album for Kingdom in Flames. It's going to be a great time on Friday, Metal Summoners. We look forward to seeing you guys there. Follow the Metal Summit on Facebook and Instagram and on YouTube. Facebook and YouTube is where you're watching Rich now. Instagram is where the guest announcements come out first. We will see you guys tomorrow night for our normal scheduled episode. But for this evening, for myself, for Angel, and most importantly, Rich Davis and Kingdom in Flames, It was an absolute great conversation. Rich, we will see you in 3 days, man. We're going to have a great time. And
Yeah.
again, congratulations on the debut show for Kingdom and Flames.
Thank you so much. See you then.
Absolutely. Metal Summoners, we love you. Take care. Be good to each other. See you tomorrow night. As always,